Welcome to Chef Live. My name is Chef Bob, and today we are at Whole Foods Market on Charleston and Fort Apache. It's so nice. I am with Chef Luciano Pellegrini, and you have a friend today. Who is she?
I sure do. This is Bianca Frini, the chef here at Whole Food Market.
Hello.
And today we're gonna do a little Atlantic salmon on the plank with some grilled zucchini, grilled eggplant, grilled onions, and we're gonna show you how to do a nice little quick appetizer, part of our summer grilling series here at Whole Foods, right? So we're gonna start by seasoning the salmon. It's right here in a pan. We're gonna just put some of that nice sea salt we just picked off the shelves earlier. In the meanwhile, I'm gonna chop some shallot. I forgot what I was chopping here. And you actually want to also use this nice, what is it? Oh, dogfish head. Oh, nice beer.
Yeah, are you going to drink a beer?
Yeah, actually, yes, pepper too, but the beer first. And yes, Bob, I'm going to drink some beer.
You're going to do drunk cooking?
No. But I got to taste the beer, make sure that it's going to be good with the salmon.
Of course.
Of course, you see. Got it all in there. Put some of the shallot in there. And then I'm going to actually want to pick some of these thyme leaves and just put them on there, just like that. And I'm going to chop some garlic as well. So Bob, have you ever been fishing?
Have I been fishing?
Uh-huh.
No, but there is something very fishy about me. I like to go fishing.
Bob, you're just full of it, aren't you?
Yes.
So you've never been fishing?
No, but I saw it on TV one time. It was boring.
And I thought...
The only thing more boring was fishing on the radio. Wow.
You know, I thought you were going to say yes, and then you told me you were going to... your biggest fish you ever caught, you couldn't even measure with your hands.
No.
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 Okay.
But I got the big one from Whole Foods one time.
Okay, so while Bianca here is going to finish marinating those, and then you're actually going to flip the salmon and just roll it around the marinade.
Did you just say she's going to marry me?
No, I'm going to say marinate.
Oh, who's Nate? You should marry me instead.
I did not.
Yeah.
You gotta go and have your ears checked, Bob.
What?
So while I cut this, Bianca, do you want to tell us something about the salmon?
We have several different types here at Whole Foods Market. We have our sockeye salmon, we have our Copper River salmon.
You said sockeye salmon?
Sockeye salmon.
Sockeye salmon. And
If you don't have feet, you got to put a sock somewhere. Fish put it on their eye. Weird.
Okay. So it has never been frozen, therefore you absolutely are guaranteed freshness. And it does make a lot of difference when you're dealing with seafood. When something has been frozen and you cook it, it tends to be somewhat dry. So therefore, the fact that it has never been frozen will guarantee that you'll have a nice and moist product. So here we're going to slice our eggplant as well. So now actually, if you don't mind, just start seasoning my veggies there with a little salt and pepper, Bianca. Just my veggies right all over the place.
This is going to be good, I can tell.
Sure, actually, yeah, and then let's make some room. And I'll let you do the honors this time. Just sprinkle olive oil all over the place. And I think we need to let the salmon soak. You know, ideally you want the salmon to be marinated for, Bob, what do you say, an hour at least? An hour
I
to
say at least an hour.
An hour to, 3 to 4 hours, possibly chilled. Here for the recipe purposes, we're just gonna actually just let it marinate for a little less. And here we have our veggies. We're just gonna make sure, especially the eggplant, to make sure that they're nice and soaked with olive oil. We might actually need to go and get some more. And I actually noticed this salmon was without skin. Does all the salmon here have skin off? Yes?
You either have the choice of having it with skin on, or our fabulous seafood department can actually take the skin off for you, or
okay.
they can debone it, and pretty much anything that you want, our seafood department can do.
So are all the bones in the middle here removed already?
Yes, they are.
That's quite a service, I'll tell you. Anyway, we got our vegetables marinating. We got our salmon marinating. We're going to actually take our planks. The planks here are, what kind of planks do we have here?
These are the maple planks.
Maple planks, and they have been soaking in water for about
overnight.
And you kind of need that because the wood has to have some moisture on it. Otherwise, you put it on a grill and they'll catch right on fire and burn everything you have on it. Right, Bob?
True. It's true. I have proof.
You have done that before, right?
I used to have a full beard.
So in order to cook on a plank, you actually have to put the plank on a barbecue, and you have to heat to get the surface where you're going to eventually put the salmon nice and hot. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to catch a little break. We're going to go to commercial, and then don't forget to go to, where do you need to go, Bob?
Go to cheflife.com.
In case
Check out this
you-
recipe. Lots more.
Yeah, in case you missed a step in these recipes, or if you want to catch many more recipes of many other food items, right? So I'm going to put my plank right on the grill here. to
You
get
know,
nice
before
and
you do
hot.
that, we should put a leash on it and we can walk the plank. You get it?
Not funny.
Like a dog.
We'll be right back.
Walk the plank. It's
Like a
funny.
dog.
Welcome back to Chef Live. I'm Chef Bob. We are here with Luciano. Hey, you have a guest today too. They should know that unless they just tune in. Hi, Bianca.
Yeah, this is Bianca Frini from Whole Food Market. And we're here today doing salmon on a plank. We got our planks nice and hot on the grill. As you can see, it looks almost like they dried out. We're gonna turn them around. I'm gonna put them here in the corner because I'm actually gonna make room for all the rest of the veggies that I'm gonna do. Then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna actually add some olive oil, just like I would on any cooking surface. Kind of spray it around, just like that. And then I'm going to take my salmon, which, by the way, I made sure I trimmed so that it will fit right on the plank. Just like that. And put it right there. And then this I'm gonna set aside. And then what I'm gonna do, I'm actually gonna use another pan to cover up the planks so that I kind of create an oven effect so that the grill heat will rise up and it will be trapped by the pan and will be cooking the salmon on top as it cooks on the bottom.
That is
So-
a good idea.
Thank you, I know. That's why I'm the chef, Bob. And as anybody has noticed, and you will realize at the end of the recipe, it is a very, very, very easy way to cook fish. I know people are scared of, how you cook fish in a pan, it sticks and whatnot, right? And this way, you just put it in, and it's almost as if you're baking it. So then, before we actually put the vegetables on, I'm going to show you how to do a very quick, nice little appetizer, tasty. Even though it might not be the healthiest thing you'll ever eat, it'll probably be just about one of the tastiest. And as you well know, healthy and tasty sometimes don't go together, not necessarily, but
The way you cook, they usually do.
they usually do.
You cook a lot
But
of healthy food.
I do, but this time I'm afraid and I'm ashamed to admit that I'm not. So I'm actually gonna cut the Parmigiano in little, what would you call these? Little
Bite-sized pieces.
bite-sized pieces? Sure. They take
Is
some
that a
wonderful
technical
bacon
term?
That is a technical term.
Bite size.
some beautiful bacon that they carry here at Whole Foods. Right. Actually, this is your own brand, am I correct?
It is our 365 brand.
Yes, and you care to explain what that means?
Well,
While we do this, we're actually going to take the cheese and wrap it with bacon. Ooh.
Well, 365 is our own brand. It's actually a value brand, and the reason why it's valuable is because we actually buy our products in bulk, so it's still one of the highest quality ingredients.
So, and you pass on the saving, basically.
Exactly.
Right. I
So
like
it
that.
doesn't lack quality.
Yeah, especially nowadays, you know, you're watching your grocery bill and everything. It does pay to know that you can buy some quality stuff for a little less. So
Definitely.
as you can see, we're just going to wrap the cheese around the bacon. And again, ideally, you want to do this even the day before, and then just put it in the fridge so that it gets nice and cold.
Does that help it stick better?
Well, it helps, you know, with the grilling process. The thing is that, you know, the heat, of course, will melt the cheese. You don't want the Parmesan to melt together, but you kind of want the bacon to get nice and crispy. So if the cheese is nice and cold inside, it's going to take the cheese a little longer to melt, and it's going to give the bacon a little longer to actually get crispy.
Can I ask a question,
No.
please?
Okay.
I wasn't paying attention,
Okay.
so I was wondering
Yes.
who cut the cheese. Okay.
Okay, bro.
I
know I
pretended to be
should-
serious, but I
I know I shouldn't have let you ask the question.
played. Didn't see
So,
that
and
coming, no.
ideally, you don't want to wrap the bacon around the cheese too many times, because otherwise you have a lot of soggy bacon on the inside. So, you know, a couple of times at the most.
So then what do I do if I have a little excess? Just
Well,
trim it?
You can just trim it or put it aside and put it on your, I don't know, your meat sauce whenever you do it next. And look at that. Thanks for the help, Bianca, by the way.
Of course.
You made this go a lot faster than it would have taken. Not like Bob, who just sits there and does nothing.
What are you talking about? Do nothing. I'm watching. That's a verb.
I guess you're right. Technically, you are.
Of course.
All right.
I'm
while
always
you-
right.
While you finish doing this, Bianca, I'm going to start grilling our veggies, which is also going to be our garnish for the salmon. I'm going to start by putting on the zucchini because they will take somewhat longer. Well, actually, considering what I have here, they all pretty much will grill at the same time. Actually, since they are kind of cold, I'm going to use my hands.
Did you wash them?
I sure did.
Okay.
When you're at Whole Foods Market, Fort Apache, you can come on and see me for your catering needs, if you need somebody to help you shop. If you're just curious about a product, feel free to come on in. My name is Bianca, and I'll shop with you. And if you want to know anything about our value, we can give you a tour. If you want to know anything about organics, we'll give you a tour as well. And stay tuned also for classes, upcoming demonstrations, and product demos.
And let me tell you, that is invaluable that you have somebody that will be, you know, that will be able to actually teach you and point you in the right direction when it comes to picking the right products, the right meat, the right fish, and of course pick the best value. And actually, as we have all this stuff on the grill, we are probably going to go and take a quick break until all this stuff gets ready to be taken off. We'll just take a quick peek at the salmon here, and as you can see, it's already beginning to coloring. And Bob,
Yes.
where should they go while we're on commercial?
While we are on commercial, as usual, you should go to cheflive.com, check out this recipe, many more, but do not go away, just come back in a few minutes and we will finish this recipe and I will probably hit on Bianca a little bit. Just a little.
We'll see you in a few.
Hi Bianca. Can I call you Bianca?
Yes, you can call me Bianca.
Okay. You messed up my punchline by saying all that. She's been hit on before. Bonjour! welcome back to Chef Live. We are just finishing up an amazing salmon. How is it coming, Luciano?
Oh, it's coming deliciously. And I actually finished putting the Parmigiano wrapped bacon on the grill, which is flaming up. And I was actually finishing taking off my veggies here. We're now ready to go. All right.
My gosh, that smells so good.
I know, bacon, cheese. I know, and what makes that up is actually how healthy the entree is. The salmon on a plank is just to die for. And with all those veggies, just about the healthiest thing you can eat.
Wow.
As Bianca said, you know, a lot of omega-3. Right, what do omega-3 do for you, Bianca?
It improves your skin, your hair, your nails, and it's great for your heart. It's kind of like olive oil. You know, it's good for your heart. It doesn't have any of the hydrogenated fats.
Wow. So you said it's good for your skin and for your heart? So that's something that Chef Bob should actually go on a diet for, right?
Yeah.
What is wrong with my skin?
And your heart?
My heart is good. I love you.
Bob, I love you too, you know.
I love you more.
Okay, you win. And now when you put bacon on a grill, of course, you have to be careful. There's a lot of grease dripping and it'll catch fire, so you have to keep moving stuff around. Otherwise, it'll burn in no time. So again, another little tip. If you do this particular dish, make sure that you refrigerate the bacon and the cheese for a good 2 hours before you grill it, so that the cheese will get nice and cold and it won't melt as quick, and it'll give the bacon a better chance of actually getting crispy before the cheese melts. But we look at the salmon here. Oh, look at that. It looks like
my
it's about
God.
ready to go.
Very nice.
Wow.
And I think we're almost ready to plate this up. So we're going to
You should probably not put that in front of me.
no, don't. Careful, Bob. That is very hot. You
Oh
don't
my
want to get
God.
burned.
You are very hot too.
I know.
I'm just playing. I only think he is handsome.
You are so funny, Bob. And
Gosh, smells so good.
so actually, I will put you to work, Bianca.
Sure.
While I start prepping the dish for the salmon, I will give you these pair of tongs, and I will put you in charge of flipping the bacon so that it doesn't burn. And then when you see that they're nice and colored, you just put them on a plate.
You got it.
Why are the two of you over there
Yeah.
alone and I am
Look
not?
at this. So we got our plank. It kind of got a little bent over here, it curved up, and we're going to. And here we have our veggies. Careful, Bob, don't touch. We have.
Why? Can I touch it if it's only with my tongue? Ah.
And
It's
we're
gonna
going
be so
to cut some of these because they're a little too big. In smaller pieces. Just like that. And we're going to create a little medley right on the plate. A little zucchini, a little eggplant. Don't have enough eggplant. We have this. A little zucchini, a little eggplant.
This is
Then-
starting to so it's going to be so good. I'm excited.
No, I'm actually going to. Look at that.
Oh my.
Oh my God. That is mouth-watering. And then I'm actually going to break the onion rings just like that over the top. Oh, and I see you got my bacon ready right there.
I did.
And I'm going to put some parsley leaf over the top.
Parsley is good and it looks nice
And
too.
it looks very nice, and it adds a little color to this dish that doesn't have a lot. And last but not least, a little bit of that, and a little bit of freshly crushed black pepper.
Pepper.
You know what was in there? Thank you, Bianca. And a little bit of sea salt, just like that.
Why sea
And
salt? Why
voila.
not D salt or F salt?
Bob. Why does Bob talk? Because it has a mouth? I don't know. And here we have our bacon wrapped Parmigiano as well. As you can see, it looks funky, but it tastes good. I'll bet my house on it. You will love it, and everybody will say, wow, what made you think of that? And since we are going to serve it as an appetizer to the salmon, we're going to use the same garnish, little fresh parsley leaves. Needless to say, this dish, since we marinated the salmon with beer, the perfect drink will be
Beer.
And we're just gonna put some
You not only
pepper.
marinated the salmon in beer, but you marinated your
That-
belly.
I wasn't done, Bob.
You drink it all.
And
going.
we're not gonna put any olive oil on this because there is definitely plenty of fat
Fat.
content. So, but anyway, a couple of very tasty dishes, one a little healthier than the other. However, you can find all these ingredients, of course, at Whole Food markets. Fresh, healthy, beautiful salmon, and beautiful organic vegetables. And thanks, Bob, for your, of course, witty company.
Wait, did the producer make you say that? You don't
I couldn't come up with anything else. So
Okay.
anyway, if you missed any part of these recipes, please catch the recipe on cheflife.com and catch many more recipes. And again, thanks to Bianca Frini, who's the food expert at Whole Food Market on Charleston and for Apache. And don't forget, if you ever need any suggestions or any help in picking out the right produce,
Come on in.
give Bianca a call. Till next time, this is the second part of our summer grilling series at Whole Food Market, and we'll catch you next time.
We will see you next time. Thank you for coming by. We'll miss you.